Today's program is brought to you by OTCStockShark.com. For the latest and greatest OTC and Pink Sheets information, sign up for your account at OTCStockShark.com. Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.
In financial news, a strong pair of earnings from JP Morgan Chase and Intel helped lift the broader market even as they stumbled, sending U.S. stocks to a fourth straight day of gains. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 75 points, or 0.7%, to 11,096, a 5-month high. The S&P 500 stock index gained 8 points, or 0.7%, to 1,178, while the Nasdaq Composite advanced 23 points, or 1%, at 2,441. Investors were buoyed by better-than-expected earnings from blue chips Intel and JP Morgan, though the two stocks were among the Dow's worst performers, with Intel falling 2.7% and JP Morgan falling 1.4%. JP Morgan's softness came despite reporting a 23% rise in third-quarter profit to $4.42 billion, or $1.01 a share, beating consensus expectations of earnings of 90 cents a share. However, revenue and loan balances continue to show pain from the financial crisis as consumers and businesses continue to pay off loans faster than the banks make new ones. In U.S. news, an Armenian-American organized crime ring based in New York and Los Angeles allegedly built a federal health care program for tens of millions of dollars using stolen doctor and patient identities, law enforcement authorities said in indictments unsealed Wednesday. Dozens of people were arrested, including a VOR, a high-level organized crime figure from the former Soviet Union who allegedly gave protection to the members of the group. The VOR, Armen Karzarian, was based in Los Angeles. The group was taken down as part of a nationwide healthcare fraud sweep that included arrests in Ohio, New Mexico, and Georgia. In New York, prosecutors charged more than 40 people in schemes that allegedly fraudulently billed Medicare for more than $100 million and receiving $35.7 million in payments. It was the latest in a string of Medicare fraud busts nationwide by the Department of Justice over the past 3 years. In July, authorities announced charges against 94 people in separate schemes, including one involving Russian immigrants in Brooklyn that allegedly submitted $251 million in phony billings. The Armenian group allegedly stole the identities of doctors and patients, including thousands from the Orange County Regional Medical Center in upstate New York. The names were allegedly used to file reimbursement requests from Medicare for procedures that weren't performed at 118 non-existent clinics in 25 states. In international news, a special invitation to visit Elvis Presley's Memphis, Tennessee home awaited Edison Pena when he emerged from the San Jose mine Wednesday after more than 2 months below ground. Pena, a die-hard Elvis fan, led his fellow trapped miners in Elvis sing-alongs to pass the time while awaiting for their rescue. A trip to Graceland in Memphis could be just the escape he needs after such a long period of time underground, said Kevin Kern, the spokesman for Elvis Presley Enterprises. The company and the Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau has offered Pena an all-expenses-paid trip for two, Kern said. Pena, the 12th miner to be rescued, looked fit and exuberant as he emerged Wednesday. He's just a true blue Elvis fan. I can only imagine that Graceland would be a trip of a lifetime. Kern suggested the best time for Pena's visit would be after Christmas decorations go up inside and out at Graceland on November 19th. They stay up until Presley's birthday on January 8th. He's welcome to come whenever he feels up to it. He would stay in luxury at the historic Peabody Hotel, known for its trained ducks in downtown Memphis. Pena would experience everything Elvis, but also soak up some local culture. Kern said the city is also known for its barbecue and the role it played in the birth of blues, soul, and rock and roll.
Hi, I'm Chef Tony, and now there's a knife so sharp you can cut a pineapple in midair. It's the Miracle Blade 3 Perfection Series. This is my all-purpose slicer, the ultimate in slicing knives. You'll also get rock and chop, ripped through ribs. Plus, you'll receive my fillet and boning knife. Fillet fish right down to the skin. And my chop and scoop. Chop parsley and fresh herbs in seconds. Watch, flex, and scoop right to your favorite recipe. And you get my paring knife. Curved to peel fruits and veggies. I'll also send you 4 steak knives. Call now and you'll get my Perfection shears and a second Miracle Blade slicer absolutely free.
But wait, we'll send you a second complete set of knives free. Just imagine, that's now nearly $500 worth of knives for just one payment of only $39.95. And if you don't think the Miracle Blades are the best knives you've ever used, just return them for a full refund. So call now.
In entertainment news, the new American Idol judging panel, Steven Tyler, Jennifer Lopez, and Randy Jackson, headed to Austin, Texas last weekend for 2 days of auditions, where the crew joined the host, Ryan Seacrest, to watch hundreds of tryouts. 2 cities into their Season 10 audition tour, new judges Tyler and Lopez also talked about how they were adjusting to their new jobs. Was I nervous about doing this? You bet your booty, Tyler told Fox. Season 10 for American Idol is going to be over the top, so it's hard for us to say, nope, sorry, you don't cut it, because they well up, they cry, and they make me cry. While viewers will have to wait until the January premiere to see how the new judge's on-screen chemistry works, Jackson, a judge since the Season 1 premiere, promises that this year's talent has been the best yet. The talent is better this season. I know we say it every time, Jackson said, but I think we've put through more people in these last 2 cities than we put through in the whole thing past seasons. Lopez estimated that at one point, 15 straight contestants were given the golden ticket to Hollywood Week. In tech news, after Sunday's first glide flight of Virgin Galactic Spaceship Two, one of the first thoughts going through the head of the test pilot, Peter Siebold, after coming to a stop on the runway, was that it all went by too quickly. He and co-pilot Mike Owlsbury had been released from the mothership Eve just 13 minutes earlier at 45,000 feet. The flight was an overwhelming success, with the airplane outperforming many of the pre-flight expectations. And with the hard work of a first flight behind them, Siebold wanted to make the flight again for the pure joy of flying an airplane he and the team had spent the past several years developing. After we landed, I looked over to Mike and said, "Can we do that again?" Unfortunately, with no motor, Siebold, Owlsbury, and Spaceship Two were stuck in the middle of runway 30 at the Mojave Air and Spaceport, waiting for a tow back to the hangar. The flight was the second time Siebold had piloted the first flight of a new aircraft design in the past 2 years. In December of 2008, he piloted Spaceship Two's mothership, Eve, on its maiden flight. In green news, New York City has just become the biggest city in the nation to launch an effort to clear congestion and reduce pollution by offering city employees access to a car-sharing program. The pilot program, helmed by Zipcar, only involves 25 cars and 300 employees, but it's a promising start. This alone will save the city $500,000 a year, and that's just the pilot program. Here's the announcement from Mayor Michael Bloomberg's office. Earlier this year, we announced a large-scale effort to make city government smaller, smarter, and more sustainable, both environmentally and fiscally, said Mayor Michael Bloomberg. An important component of that effort is looking at city-owned cars. A car share program could help reduce the number of cars we use, cut our cost, free up parking on our streets, and reduce the congestion on our streets. Another example of how we are constantly working on new ways to deliver better services at lower cost to the taxpayer and to the environment. This is the most recent effort to wean the city streets of its notorious congestion problem.
Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.